All right, welcome everybody to the Go Green Hangout tonight. My name is Tracy Matthewman, and I'm here with Amanda Prokopowicz. I think I'm getting better at saying that. And tonight we're coming to you from Toronto, and Amanda's also outside of Toronto as well. And we're going to tell you guys a little bit about some one of our products, or actually, yeah, one product with a couple different flavors. We're going to talk about our shakes. And for those people who don't really know what this Hangout's about, we work with a company called Essante Organics, which has a catalog, and I never have the catalog.
I have it.
Oh, okay, there you go. We have a catalog full of 100% non-toxic and organic products, which are amazing, incredible products. And all of them are toxic-free, certified, toxic-free and organic, and we love the products, and we're so excited about sharing them with people. And tonight, like I said, we're focusing on one particular product, which is the shake. And if you are in the health and wellness industry at all, or if you're a very health conscious person, you've probably had some shakes. Maybe you're the kind of person who has them on a regular basis. Maybe you're on some kind of a shake system that you're trying to lose weight with, whatever it is. I know for me personally, when I don't have my shakes, I notice really big changes in my life. So I am definitely a lifelong shaker, that's for sure. But we have a really special guest tonight. We have Dr. JJ Levine. He is in Phoenix right now. He's the president of Essante Organics, and we brought him on because he's a health professional, and he can help us go through these shakes and really understand what's in our shakes, as well as what are in some of the other shakes out there on the market, and things you should watch for, and you know, things to just be aware of when you're, you know, taking shakes. So, Amanda, you want to tell us how your week was? I don't know.
Well, I'm super excited. I think today is, I've been wanting to do a Go Green Hangout on shakes, because we're all about shakes at home. We take our shake before we go to work, or workouts, in everyday activities. So I think it's a really important thing for all of you out there to know what you're drinking, because really all you have is a bag in front of you, or a canister, or whatever it is. But you want to know what you're drinking. Is it good for you? And what really are the ingredients or mystery ingredients that we don't really know about that are in these shakes? Because really, you go out and you know, it costs a certain amount, you know, of dollars, and you purchase it thinking that you're going to get a shake that is going to replenish your system, that's going to give you energy, that may be a meal replacement, that may be something that would be great to build lean muscle, or you think it's going to be great to build lean muscle, but you really want to know what you're drinking, what's in it, and are there any secret ingredients? So, Tracy, I'll let you introduce Dr. JJ.
Well, I've kind of introduced him. He's the president, like I said, of Essante, and we have some questions that we collected today from a number of places. And first of all, I wanted to ask you, JJ, maybe you can tell us a little bit of just about the shake, some of the highlights of it.
Sure, sure. When we created the shake, we know there's been tons of shakes for years out on the market currently and in the past. And when we set out to create this shake, our first priority was make the healthiest shake out there, because we're going to touch on a lot of things in this event here tonight that you need to look out for when you purchase a shake. And you can put any name on the shake, it doesn't matter, but you want to look out for these things. So our goal was to make the shake extraordinarily healthy as well as taste amazing.
Awesome.
So then, you know, as far as the background goes, we, in a nutshell, I know I don't want to be redundant because I know we're going to cover some of these things, I believe, but we wanted a shake that was 100% vegan. That's a growing population, that's a growing concern that people want that, 100% vegan, but 100% vegan, but without soy. And we can talk about why we didn't want soy. Being 100% vegan, of course, there would be no whey or milk or casein type proteins in there, so you don't have to worry about that. We also did not want any artificial flavorings whatsoever, no maltodextrins, no sucralose, no aspartames, none of that. But we still wanted to make it taste good, and you know, we achieved that with, you know, organic stevia and other things that we use that are 100% you know, organic and chemical free, and we did it. We really created what I believe probably to be the most expensive shake, but yet we still sell it at a price point competitive nature. So in or out of the network marketing industry, if we go here in the States to, a GNC or a High Health or some type of a health food store, you're going to find a lot of the shakes on the shelves are about, between $2 and $3 a serving. So that was our goal.
Great. And what's the one key element of our shake that sets it different from other shakes? And it's right on the name of the shake, 7.365. Just touch on that just a little bit.
Sure. It wasn't just making a shake to add protein to somebody's diet, and it wasn't just about making a shake that somebody could replace meals with to lose weight. That was obviously very, very important. But at the cornerstone of our company, besides being chemical-free and organic, the cornerstone is we create products that alkalize the body. And perfect alkalinity is defined at a pH level of 7.365, a little bit higher on the alkaline side, away from the acid side. So 7.365 shake was designed to not only give you energy, replace meals, help you lose weight, help to give you protein, but also to help you alkalize your body and bring your pH at a normal level.
Awesome. Okay, so you mentioned it already, but maybe we can ask you a little bit about soy, because
Sure.
I know that it's a hot topic, and you can go online and find arguments on every side of the conversation. So tell us a little bit about, is soy good? Is it not good? I mean, you've kind of indicated, but can you expand on that a little bit?
Soy is not good for a lot of reasons. First and foremost, it's very difficult to find soy anywhere in the world now that is not or has not been tainted by GMOs, genetically modified organisms. So it's very hard to find that. So first and foremost, even if you think you're getting organic soy and it's been exposed to GMOs, what the long-term effects of that's going to be, who knows. The second reason why I don't like soy is a phytoestrogen. And phyto means plant, a plant-based estrogen. And whether you're a male or a female, when you're putting estrogen into your body, it's going to cause disruption in your hormonal system. So men have estrogen as well as testosterone. Women have testosterone as well as estrogen. When you're adding hormones into your body, even if they're plant-based or they're chemical-based like xenoestrogens, it's going to play havoc on your hormonal system. And the long-term effects of that, I just don't want to partake in it. I don't recommend that to my patients, my friends, or my family, so I didn't want it in the shake at all.
Right.
I've got a question on that, Dr. JJ, if I may. You've got your soy protein, and you have your soy protein isolate, something that would say non-GMO with isoflavones removed. What does that mean?
What they're trying to do there is they're trying to remove from the soy plant the actual estrogen part of the plant. So in that case, I would say, okay, sure, that's going to be better than if it hadn't been removed, but it's still GMO. Is it organic? And then you have to realize, why are they using soy in the shake in the first place? Because, again, you can put any name on any company in or out of the industry of network marketing, traditional marketing, it doesn't matter. When a company goes to the table to create any product, in this case a shake, they've got decisions to make. They've got decisions, do they want to use organic ingredients or not? Do they want to use chemicals or not? Do they want to put cheap protein in or not? And do they want to put proteins in that aren't complete? Soy is not a complete protein. So what we've done with our yellow chickpea protein and other proteins that we've added, our blend, it's a complete protein. So I wouldn't have it. It's a cheaper protein.
Right. And then I've also heard from a lot of health professionals, and also learning about a lot about alkalinity, about how acidic whey protein is. Can you touch quickly on the difference between whey protein concentrate isolate and the acidity level that would be combined with the whey protein?
I couldn't comment on the acid level of each of them, but suffice it to say, when you're consuming any type of an animal-based product, whether it's a milk, whey, casein type protein, or just meat in general, it's acidic. It's and you can see cultures that if you look at a dinner plate and you can divide that plate into different sections, and you look at the Western type diet where it's a lot of meat in there, but yet very few veggies, that's a very acidic diet. So the body just works better at alkalinity. We even have on our website a picture of a fish, and a fish in an aquarium can only survive if the alkalinity is right. A plant can only grow to its full potential. There you go. There's your fish. In perfect alkalinity. So if you start straying away from, good alkalinity or perfect alkalinity, it's going to start stressing the body. So putting whey in, and whatever you want to put, whatever marketing twist on it, removing this, adding that, isolating, at the end of the day, it's still animal protein. Animal protein, animal protein, animal protein. And what I like to share with people, way even before I was part of this company, is I just find, and when people hear this, it really just ends the whole argument. Forget about being a vegetarian or not. Let's just talk about milk protein for a moment. And please, I'm not saying that I'm a perfectionist. You'll catch JJ having a slice of pizza here and there, once in a while. But to have that day after day after day, it causes some issues. And here's the just reality of it. Humans are the only mammals on the entire planet that consume dairy products, of course, after we're weaned, and from another animal source other than ourselves, a cow or a goat. That animal's been given drugs, to produce milk. It's been given antibiotics. It's been given steroids. In most cases, it's been raised in a situation in suffering, okay, not living like a cow should live. And we start wondering, why are we supposed to be consuming this? And that whole farce of when I was a little kid, that milk builds strong bones and teeth and whatnot. Remember, a baby cow, after it stops being a baby cow and it becomes an adult cow, isn't drinking milk anymore. It's eating grass. And I've never seen an osteoporotic cow before. So the need for milk is a complete ridiculous notion. It is a highly, the protein is not very well metabolized. Mm-hmm. And then when you add in all the other factors that we mentioned, from the exposure to chemicals and whatnot, and probably eating GMO grain, probably. And then lastly, you just look at the whole picture of what dairy does, and it's not made for humans. It's not made for our DNA. And the long-term exposure quite it frightens me.
Wow. Yeah, I remember 7 years ago when I first got involved in this industry, I really started educating myself on a lot of that stuff. And so I totally know what you're talking about. And there's some really great documentaries out there if anybody is into that kind of stuff that talk about that. I know that Food Matters is a really great one. That was one of my favorites a long time ago. So, okay, let's see. Trying to find the...
Oh, let's also point this up too, so before we move on for just a moment. Whey is whey, no matter what name you put on it. It's all acidic. And lastly, don't forget what they do with that milk. They pasteurize it. So any type of goodness that can potentially even be in milk protein, they've heated it up. They've destroyed it anyway. They've killed all the enzymes. And so when you hear about people that have lactose intolerance and all that, I often wonder maybe they're the normal ones, because your body's not supposed to be having that. So.
Right. So talking about heating things up and pasteurizing them, is our shake considered to be a raw food supplement?
I would definitely call it a raw food supplement, because if you look at any of our powders, the reds, the greens, the shake, we use a process called no heat dehydration. And this is a concept we talk about, not to stray off the subject of shakes, but there's a lot of companies out there in and out of our industry that sell a liquid nutrition. And they talk about ORAC scores, and I find it interesting that those ORAC scores are typically the ORAC or antioxidant scores before they pasteurize it of the raw fruits. And then when they heat it up, of course it's going to be different. And of course, just like with the whey changes, like we were talking about, whey isolate and all that sort of thing, they play games with us with flash pasteurization and things like that. The heat is heat, and it destroys the enzymatic activity that these natural superfruits have, or in this case, what a milk protein would have.
Wow. Okay. So what if, so you hear this often. I know once I'm going to talk about it, you've heard this so many times. If a company claims that they are all natural, pure, safe, beneficial, and they're using ingredients like fructose, artificial sweeteners, natural chocolate, vanilla flavorings, like, how is that really good for you? And what's really your explanation on that?
All natural or natural in the front of the box gives people a warm, fuzzy feeling. But natural means absolutely nothing. The word natural is unregulated with the exception of the meat and poultry industry. Okay? If it says natural, they're not you're having mystery meats and things like that. You know, there's going to be a government agency somewhere that catches it. But when you're talking about a boxed food or something that's processed, natural means absolutely nothing, and it's really a ploy to make the consumer feel, oh, natural is good, this is healthy. But when you look at something that's all natural, all three of us, we can go on a little field trip to the local health food store even, or even just a regular supermarket and pick up boxes of products that have natural across it, and I can show you on the back the ingredients of hydrogenated oils, of preservatives, of chemicals, no organic ingredients whatsoever. So natural means absolutely nothing to me. I see companies and products all the time that say natural, but yet you look on the back, you know, on their ingredient deck, and they've got phenoxyethanols and butylene glycols and all types of chemicals. So it means absolutely nothing.
And there's also a lot of shakes out there that will claim to be vegan shakes. You know, they're vegan shakes, whatever, but they're not organic. They're not organic or wild-crafted. Why is our shake better than all of the other vegan shakes out there? Like, how is it better?
Well, of course, it's truly vegan. That's the first thing, because it's funny to me when people think they have a vegan product, you know, maybe a distributor or a consumer, and then you look at the back and it's really not vegan. That's the first thing. The second thing, bravo to companies that are creating a vegan shake, but then what are they using as a protein source? We covered that already. Is it soy? It's a cheap protein, and there's some problems associated with that. And then really what makes our shake better than any shake I've seen thus far, there's multiple reasons. And, you know, I've got actually the bottle here, and I just love this. When we created this shake, there's some things that we were able to achieve that I just absolutely love. Listen to this: 0 saturated fat. And as you compare labels, that's very important. 0 trans fat, 0 cholesterol, 0 sugar. Okay, carbohydrates really, really low. Dietary fiber still 3.6 grams. No sugar though. That's very, very important. Okay, so look at that. It still tastes amazing. So all the bad stuff when you look at shakes, zero artificial ingredients when it comes to our shakes, and yet we're still able to have 18.5 grams of incredible protein.
And that makes it very diabetic friendly about the no sugar as well.
Don't get me started there, because again, without being a gentleman and not naming names, you can go on TV, and probably in your area too, there's a company out right now that says for diabetics it's recommended that you have multiple small meals a day, eating every 3 hours, and what's better to replace a couple of meals a day with a shake. But the problem with shakes are they're too high in sugar. And then this company shake has about 6 grams of sugar in it, which might be lower than other shakes, but how about 0 grams of sugar? And then you couple that with the sweetener we do have in our shake, which is stevia. And the indigenous people of South America, where stevia comes from, have been used for generations to actually help with blood sugar problems. And of course, I'm not claiming that our product is designed to treat, cure, mitigate diabetes, but there's plenty of studies out there showing how stevia can help. And yeah, you want to limit your sugar, so totally diabetic safe.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's see here. One of the questions, you know what, before we go on to the questions I have, I'm just going to quickly check the site here and see if there's any questions on our page. Give me just a sec here to check that. Okay.
While we're doing that, can I just ask another question?
Please, please.
I'm really, really curious about maltodextrin. I've seen it often. I was doing lots of research on different shakes that are on the market. Maltodextrin is definitely one that I see often, and also sodium caseinate, which is, I think, another MSG. I'm wondering, like, why are these ingredients in the shakes?
At the bottom of the end of the day, it's about profitability for companies. Let's see what cheap ingredients we can put in these products to make our company, or excuse me, our product profitable. Maltodextrin, at the end of the day, is nothing more than an artificial sweetener, and it's used to thicken up the shake. So, okay, people are going to have this experience of having a thicker product, but it's also an artificial sweetener. And if you're going to be having a product day after day, and as a lot of shake companies recommend, replacing 2 meals a day with a shake day after day after day, I mean, you might not notice the symptoms or any problems from that, just a couple of usages, but, a lot of people want to keep that weight off or keep on having that protein shake every day. Again, the long effects of having maltodextrin scares me. And then as you get into the, what was the other ingredient that you mentioned?
Sodium caseinate.
Yeah, it's still dairy-based, so yeah. I would stay away from it.
Gigi, is there any, I know that MSG has like a million names to it, and you just talked about maltodextrin being a sweetener. Is it also considered a form of MSG, or can you touch on that a little bit?
Huh, I would never thought of it that way. That's a good question, so I couldn't give you an answer. MSG is monosodium glutamate, but I never thought of maltodextrin being an MSG. MSG does have a lot of hidden names in there, so you have to be careful. Just like aspartame, you have to be careful. There are some hidden names, so just stay away from preservatives. And a company that says they have a complete vegan shake, bravo, but don't just be impressed with what it says on the front of the container, vegan shake. Take the time to flip it over. What's important is what's on the back, and read the actual ingredients that are in there.
Yeah, I know there's some websites that you can Google MSG and you can find all the different names. I think there's like 30 or 40 different names for MSG. So just for anybody who's interested, just Google that and you'll find something. Talked a little bit about, touched on weight loss and having 2 shakes a day and that sort of thing. What is it about our shakes that help fill you up and help make it feel like, because they're low calories. I mean, when you make it, it's, how many calories is it when you make it? 105?
Yeah, very, very low. It's 83 for the vanilla, too. So the vanilla's even lower, 93. The chocolate's like 105.
And that's 1 scoop, yeah. And so what is it that fills you up?
There's quite a few things in there. The 3 that come to mind are inulin. And again, these are all organic ingredients. Inulin not only fills you up, but it also is part of the reason, or part of the thing that speeds up your metabolism, helps you burn fat off your body. Millet is really important too, to help you fill up. And then just the vegetable cellulose that's in there, that the product's made of, being vegan. The more vegetables you have, the more vegetable fiber that you have in cellulose, it helps not only speed up your metabolism, but gives you that full feeling. And we all know we should be consuming 9 to 13 servings of fruits or vegetables a day. Make it organic, of course, and we're just not doing it. And this is just another supplement that can help fulfill or fill that void.
Yeah, I know when like I said earlier, I mean, I've been taking shakes for years and years, and I notice such a big difference in my body when I don't have them. And I mean, a couple examples are just like my skin. It just seems much more clearer. And moods are more, just evened out. Nails and hair, just so many things are just so different after taking shakes for so long. So, and Mando, have you noticed things like in your body that have been different when you take them and when you don't?
Well, absolutely. For me, I have a problem with eating. Like, I really do. I don't have time in the morning to have breakfast, so breakfast is definitely my time to have a shake or some kind of green smoothie or juice or something. But when I don't have my shakes, I definitely feel it because they keep me full longer and they taste so good. I mean, I'll throw in, the chocolate shake with a, frozen banana. I'll throw in some cinnamon. You make your own recipes that you just love, and I'm a creature of habit, so I tend to make most of the same shakes over and over. I have 3 or 4 recipes that I'm really just stuck on. And even, Brennan going to work, it's like shake in the morning, out the door. My son before school or whatnot, are you hungry, you want a snack? He'll have a shake. So I want to make sure that he's getting proper nutrition as well while he's having these shakes. So I'm super grateful for this, for the shake that has full nutrition. It's got the alkalinity attached to it as well. Is there a charge to it, JJ? Is there a megahertz charge on it?
Yeah, every one of our powders have that negative 750 megahertz charge, and we have lots of people that call us all the time, want to know how we do that, and Obviously, that's a well-kept state. It's a stabilized charge. It's absolutely incredible, and you can actually see it when you scoop out our greens. You know, it'll actually jump off the scooper right onto your fingers, because every cell in your body, and you have trillions of them, are positively charged. You put that negative charge on there, and it makes our powder supplements stick to the cells of your body like a magnet. And you know, being a chiropractor, coming from a family of chiropractors, and being in the chiropractic industry for over 2 decades now, I have a collection of x-rays of people who were swallowing what they deemed the best vitamins in the world, you know, all these pills that they were swallowing. And I could show them their pills on x-ray. They were going in one end, right out the other. So it might be, yeah, it might be good for the fish that eventually get it. In fact, if you Google search vitamins on x-ray, they actually have examples on Google. You'll see vitamins going right out the other end. So when you use a whole food supplement with this electrical charge like we have, the body registers that as what it is, a whole food. So it's not like it's a synthetic vitamin, it utilizes it. So I've not seen any supplements other than ours or better than ours that are just more bioavailable. Absolutely incredible. And real quickly, I know we're running out of time here, but I agree with Tracy. My son is a teenager. His skin looks amazing as long as he has at least one shake every day. He puts some of our reds and our greens in every day, and puts a banana in. His favorite flavor is vanilla. And then as far as feeling better, the concept there is, what's great about shakes is they're already pre-digested. And we don't realize how much energy it takes to digest food. So as we're eating, oh gosh, it takes so much energy to actually break down that food. And of course, it's okay to eat food, you know, food. But when you have a shake, it's just so easy for the body to digest because it's already pre-digested. And when it's a healthy, organic product like ours, it's like the elixir of the gods, basically.
Yeah. So how do you suggest we take these shakes? Because they're very low in calories, just the scoop by itself. Do you recommend regular milk, which I'm assuming you don't, or almond milk? And how do we get the calorie count? And what should we get it to? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. You know, if you're trying to lose weight, that should be answered in one way. If you're not trying to lose weight, it can be answered in a different way. If you're trying to lose weight, at the end of the day, losing weight is about calorie restriction or burning calories. So when I make my shake, I make it with water, and I have no problem with that. Now, I have had it with almond milk from time to time. My son has it with almond milk, and it tastes amazing. It tastes that much better because it's thicker and whatnot. But you know, be careful of almond milk. If you make it for yourself, awesome, or by itself, use, you know, organic almonds. If you don't make it by yourself, try to find a brand that doesn't have carrageenan in it. You know, that's a thickener. It causes inflammation, just like any type of animal protein. It's not an animal protein, but it can cause inflammation, and inflammation can cause symptoms. It can cause disease, what have you. And really, every disease does have inflammation as part of it. So you want to keep your inflammation as low as possible. But if you do want to add calories, sure, I would never recommend dairy milk, and I would never recommend soy milk. If you want to use almond milk, find a good brand. But the best way to add calories is be aligned with our philosophy of adding organic fruits or organic vegetables. I mean, that's going to give you whatever you want. Putting a frozen banana in there is amazing. You know, we love organic bananas, but any berries, cherries, pears, apples, all of these are great. Most are low glycemic, high on the antioxidants, great for weight loss, great for immunity, and great for changing the flavor and changing the consistency of the shake so you can have fun with it. I mean, I love putting raspberries and strawberries and things like that in our chocolate shake. It's like having a chocolate dipped strawberry. It's really good.
That's awesome. Well, for a lot of people that are looking to switch to our incredible shake, because I mean, I've had shakes, gosh, for the last 12 to 15 years I've been drinking shakes. But I mean, I know that there's a lot on the market that aren't quite up to par or what we should really be ingesting, but they're costly, so they're affordable. Our shake, you know, is still very, very affordable, but why would our shake be a little bit more expensive than the other ones on the market?
You know, there's a lot of shakes out there. Again, the average shake is going to be somewhere between $2 and $3 a serving. Are there shakes that are less? Absolutely. Are there shakes that are more? Yeah. But you show me a shake that can be created, that can be sold to the masses, that's less than $2.50 a serving, that's healthier than ours. It just doesn't exist. I know that because we sat at the formulation table. You know, we're creating these things. Profitability is not in the parameters. It's about making a product that's organic, that's chemical-free, that's healthy, that alkalizes the body, and yet is not going to have any long-term consequences, where other companies have the exact same choices. And if they're making a cheap shake, there's a reason why it's cheap. Cheap ingredients, you can make a cheap shake. We don't use cheap ingredients. But our shake is a tremendous value. There are shakes that are more expensive that don't hold a candle to 7.365.
Awesome. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Dr. JJ, for coming on the line. Amanda, did you have any last-minute questions? I've gone through everything I had here.
I think there was just one more question that I saw, and it was talking about natural flavors. What do the natural flavors mean in our shake specifically?
There's nothing wrong with our flavors. Our flavors, natural flavors, are still completely vegan. So you know you're using organic vegetables, organic fruits, organic roots, just everything is going to be healthy. It's going to be vegan. Natural flavors, though, can be a way for companies to hide things. Natural flavors, people can put MSG in some products, natural flavors. But of course, we don't do that at Essante Organics.
That's awesome. Thank you. We appreciate you. And you know what? If you guys have not tried this incredible shake, you definitely have to try it. It comes in 2 flavors. There's Chocoholic Kiss and Ice Cream Rave. They're absolutely incredible. There's tons of recipes that you can get as well. Another thing is, you know, we have not only shakes, but there's a wide variety of products, from hair care to skin care to tooth polishes to lip balms. We have a whole catalog of items that are just so incredible, all 100% toxic-free, organic and well-crafted products. By far the best. And you guys, whoever brought you to this Google Hangout tonight, you guys have definitely got to get back to them. There is so much to choose from. So I'm in love with this company. I'm so grateful for you, JJ, and for the whole team. And go ahead, Tracy. There you have some.
Oh, I just had one question somebody posted in on the page here, and that was, and I don't know if you know this, JJ, but how is the stevia in the shakes processed? Do you know that?
No, I don't understand the question, honestly. I mean, it's organic stevia.
Okay. All right. Well, we can always get back with that person directly, but that was the one question we had there. Okay. Well, again, thanks everybody for joining us tonight. We're here. I got a couple things to say, actually. We're here every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock, and we have different topics all the time about our products, about organics, about the industry of healthy living and healthy eating. So come back next week at 9:30 and bring your friends if you want them to live a healthier, more vibrant lifestyle. Thank you, Dr. JJ, for joining us. Your wealth of knowledge is very much appreciated, and your time is much appreciated as well, so thank you.
Thanks for having me, ladies.
A quick little note on the business side of things. If you like what you've seen here tonight and the whole organic living and clean living thing really resonates with you, then please also get back to the person who sent you and have them introduce you to the business side of Essante, because it literally can not only change your life from a health perspective, but from a business and a financial perspective as well. So we would love to work with you if you're interested in that. And I have one last quick little announcement. This is a little bit of a surprise, but on Friday, next Friday, I don't know the date, actually, I should look it up, but I think it's the 19th. Next week, July 19th at 2 o'clock, maybe 3 o'clock. Oh, shoot, I should have wrote these details down. Anyways, tomorrow, that Friday afternoon, I think it's going to be at 3 o'clock Eastern. We have a really special hangout with a special guest. And I don't want to say too much, but it's a really heart-touching story about a gentleman who is using Essante products, and I don't want to say too much. But anyways, next Friday afternoon we're having a really surprise hangout with some special people. So please join us for that. Watch out on Facebook. You'll see some announcements and some banner stuff for that. So anyways, any last words from either of you before we wrap this up tonight?
I'm good.
Get back with the person who invited you to this and have them make you a shake. ALKALIZE, ENERGIZE, and METABOLIZE. You're going to love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, JJ. Okay. We'll talk to you guys all later. Have a great night, everybody.